the best way to see the true landscape of Cornwall is on foot.
This beach is stunning. It's so quiet.
With around 600 miles of National Trust coast path.
There's nothing quite like the north coast of Cornwall. The views are spectacular.
From the stunning surfing beaches around the north coast to the secluded trails around the south coast.
I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous.
And throughout my journey, I'll be seeking out the country's unforgettable landmarks and views.
Today, I'll be exploring the beautiful coastline all the way to St Agnes.
And meeting the people that make Cornwall so special.
My name's Nigel Schofield. I live in Cornwall. I've lived here since I was 8 years old.
So come with me on this adventure. Today, my Cornish walking journey begins. I will be experiencing the most breathtaking and stunning walks that Cornwall has to offer. And you'll be coming with me.
But before I set off on my walks, I wanted to sit down with an expert to gain insight into what walking in Cornwall is really all about.
So here we are at Arthur's Field campsite in Gerrans, supposedly meeting my dad somewhere. Let's go find him.
My name's Nigel Schofield. I live in Cornwall. I've lived here since I was 8 years old, and I was lucky enough to grow up in Cornwall, in the heart of Cornwall, right by the Cornish coast.
Lovely. I understand that you've walked the entirety of the South West Coast Path.
I have.
Yeah, you have. Can you tell me a little bit about your favourite walks and your favourite locations?
Yeah, sure. So my favourite locations are probably the one that's fondest in my heart is probably Polruan to Polperro. Really nice walk on the south coast. It takes in Lantic Bay and Little Lantic and Lansolas Cliffs. Yeah. When we walked that part of the coast path, the sun was shining, everything felt good, and I think weather plays a massive part in it. Another really nice walk that we did was from St Ives to Sennan. That day was actually really quite bad weather. It was raining really hard and we got really wet, but the scenery was stunning. I think we've been back since and walked it again, and in much nicer weather, and it's felt much better. But weather definitely plays a part in my favourite locations. There are some lovely walks locally though, close to our home. I would say Port Scatho to Pendower is a really nice walk on the south coast. And also, if you want a historic walk, you could walk Chapel Porth to St Agnes on the north coast, which is close to us. Okay. And that takes in Wheel Coats, one of the old tin mines. Really nice.
Lovely. Awesome. Can you tell me a little bit about what walking in the South West Coast Path is like, and walking the entirety of it? Can you tell me a little bit about
sure.
what that entails?
The South West Coast Path runs from Minehead in Somerset all the way around to Poole in Dorset. It's 632 miles in its entirety. It takes through four counties. 292 miles, I think, is in Cornwall. Wow. So the longest stretch in Cornwall. And lots of people walk it every single year. It's a path that is getting more and more popular. I think if you are lucky enough to do it in one hit, then you're really fortunate. If you can just have a backpack on your back or do B&Bs and travel around with as much time that you need, that's a really fortunate position. When I did it, we had to plan holidays around it and take time off work and do it in stages, but you still get to experience it either way.
Yeah, lovely. And that's my final question. I know you took me out a lot as a kid and walking along the coast path and on the beaches and all that, and we were all very safe, and I'm still here today. But as I'm walking it now on my own, have you got any tips for me or anyone else walking independently, going around the coast path?
Yeah, I'd say if you're going to try and do the whole of the South West Coast Path, you're going to want to plan it as best you can. If time is on your side and you haven't got any time restrictions, then you can just let each day come and go as it pleases, and you can walk it at your leisure. But if you're in a situation where you need to book campsites or B&Bs or things like that, you need to plan really, really well for that. I would say make sure you don't overcommit yourself. Don't put in too many miles in a single day, because you're going to want to stop and you're going to want to appreciate the views and appreciate the local areas, and you might just want an hour's downtime here and there, and that's hard to legislate for when you're planning your miles. So don't overcommit on the miles, and make sure you finish in a timely manner.
Well, it looks like it started to rain, as it normally does in Cornwall. Thank you for everything, and
You're very welcome.
Yeah, and hopefully get out soon and do some of the walks you've suggested. Yeah,
that'll be really good.
Perfect.
Well, enjoy it, Oscar.
Thank you.
After a few busy months of work and college, I finally managed to get out and do some of the walks that my dad had suggested.
Hello, and welcome to Porthtowan. Today, I'll be exploring the beautiful coastline all the way to St Agnes.
I'll be starting in Porthtowan, following the rugged coastline to Chapelporth, climbing up towards the historic Wheel Coats tin mines, and then on to St Agnes Head.
Right, we've made it to Chapelporth now. It's just beneath us here, and in the distance you can see the Wheel Coats tin mines. It's quite windy up here today, so I'm going to make my way over there now. So after about an hour of walking, we've covered just over 1.5 miles as we approach the Wheel Coats now.
The Wheel Coats are historic mines that were used over 200 years ago for mining ores like tin. These landmarks are no longer active mines, but still remain a staple in Cornish history and are now well looked after by the National Trust.
So here we've arrived at the Wheel Coats tin mine. This mine opened in 1802, but was unfortunately closed in 1889 due to a low demand of tin.
Mining in the 1800s was hard. The mines were often covered by smoke and dust, often causing many health concerns for the workers. In the early 19th century, it is estimated that 7,000 children, as young as 12 years old, were working in tin mines in Cornwall. I wouldn't have wanted to be working in a mine at 12, that's for sure.
I mean, it's absolutely stunning, isn't it? There's nothing quite like the north coast of Cornwall. The views are spectacular.
After stopping to take in the stunning views at Wheel Coats, I pressed on to my final stop for the day, St Agnes Head.
So, we've just arrived at St Agnes Head after 2.5 miles of walking, only 2 miles from the village of St Agnes. Behind me here, we have the stunning views of the 2 beaches we've just crossed, Chapelporth and Porthtowan. If you look over the cliff here, you can see some lovely teal waves just crashing into the coastline. I mean, it's absolutely beautiful.
After a successful walk in St Agnes, I headed home to plan my next walk and get some rest.
Hello everyone, today we're in sunny Port Scatho, starting our second walk of the week.
This short 3-mile walk starts in a little fishing town called Port Scatho. My walk leads me through 2 secluded sandy beaches, a stunning lookout station, and finishes at Pendower Beach.
After a short half-mile walk from Portscatho, you walk down these stairs here and you just come across this completely secluded beach. I mean, there's 5 people here. It's a perfect place to either walk the dog or have a swim in the sea.
After admiring the views on Porthcurnock Beach, I got up and carried on moving as there was something special waiting for me just around the corner.
Right, here we are at Porthbean Beach now. This beach is so quiet, I feel like I should be whispering. It's just you and the waves and the birds. I really wish I could just sit here and enjoy this, but I have got to crack on. Wow. This beach is very special to me. My parents took me here a lot as a kid, and I've got lots and lots of fond memories here from being young, playing with my friends and my family, going in the water. I was in the water from so young, just swimming out on my paddleboard. But even when I got older, I kept my own memories with this place. And stayed connected. You see, this time last year I was at a really low point, and I still had to keep coming to work and stick through all my college work, and it was tough. You know, it's really, really hard when you're going through something like that and you've still got to carry on your daily life. But thankfully, I was so lucky to work here at Pendower Beach, in a little cafe. And it doesn't sound like much, but really, the nature and the sun and the water, it heals you. It's really. It's really special, and it's a really special place to be. And it really helped me get through that dark time in my life. After work, coming down here and sitting on the rocks and just looking at the waves, and you know, it's very, very peaceful here in Cornwall. And I encourage people from Cornwall, not from Cornwall, make sure you get outside, you know. In a day and age where technology is thriving and advancing by the minute, especially in young people. Lots of young people nowadays will sit inside and don't get out enough, I think. And I can't stress it enough how important it is to get outside and connect with nature, especially nowadays with young people's anxiety levels on the rise. And it's scientifically proven that being here outside in nature it'll relieve stress and increase your dopamine, and it's so true. It's so true. Yeah. Chances are that that the young people here at the minute will move away quite quickly, you know, to seek jobs or experiences elsewhere. Cornwall's a beautiful, beautiful place, but it doesn't have a lot to offer economically. We're quite stunted in that sense. But that's what makes it so special. That's what makes Cornwall so special, is that we are just a corner of a small country. I am moving away in 4 months, off to Manchester to go to uni, and I'm so excited. Don't get me wrong, but I'm really going to miss this. I'm really going to miss this. Since my decision's been finalised, my outlook on Cornwall has completely changed. You know, I've been getting out more, I've been walking more, because you really don't know how long you're going to live here. So I encourage anyone who lives here just to make the most of being in Cornwall. It has so much to offer, and there's so much to experience. I mean, I've lived here for 19 years and there's so many places I haven't been, and I'd like to go. Really doesn't get old, does it? Wow. Wow, it's 20 to 8. The sun sets in around 40 minutes. Portscafe just over that way is where my car is parked. So I best crack on.